Penrith. Penrith coming from the southern end of the ground. And if there is a little bit of a breeze, it's going to be behind them tonight. So from the kick-off, here's Big Gino. I think this goes back to shades of last week. They kick it straight to him and he took off. Gee, likes to go high, this guy. That's the second time he's been up there
when
now.
you're 6'5" tall, Bill, it's pretty hard to go low.
Jet miles away from dummy half, almost through. Going to be knocked over in the top in the tackle of Bradley. Getting up to play Canescu. Dummy half, head down, borrowing for the line. He's over. That'll be a try. Greg Canescu in for the first try of the match, and Turtle put his head down, burrowed his way through and is over for try number 1.
Good stuff from the Broncos, showing positive play right near the try line, and that is to go forward. No fiddling around. Let's get the physical stuff on nice and early. Let's have a look at it. Canescu looking around from the dummy half position, spots the opening. There was one player going back with his back to play, and there he took on Roy Simmons, the opposite number. We talk about personal clashes. Look at this one. Miles set up the try with that good charge, got the defence going backwards. Quick play, the ball is required. Have a look at Canescu, low and hard. Simmons couldn't hold him, bounced him away and got across the try line.
This will really show it from here. You'll see him scurry away. There was the gap opening up. The Penrith players disputed the try, but I think a very good decision there by referee Kevin Roberts.
So 4 points to 0. The Broncos leading at the moment at Lang Park. A good early lead for them. Madison on the way. It is, oh, no good. Hits the right hand upright and waved away. So it's the Broncos leading by 4 points to 0.
But this time it's Canescu that comes over the top on the final tackle. Watch for Alexander. Long pass out to Brad Izzard. He puts it behind the defence. It's bounced beautifully. Bradley unloaded the pass for Gittins, and he's been driven back in the field of play. That is great defence. Sensational defence, and I think it was G.
Keith G saved the day on the 6th tackle. He was over the line, actually drove him back.
After he'd passed the ball, Izzard came through and harassed him, and Wally let one go at him too. So I think that stirred him up. That's probably why he went straight upfield very swiftly there.
Well, the players, Chris Johns, very much offside. This is one that they brought in last year to stop the offside player on the chase. He joined Johnsy's old club at Canterbury Bankstown. He's a player that Ron Willie's got immense faith in. He didn't kick all that well against West last week. There's the kick. He started pretty well here at Lang Park, let me tell you, but he's missed it. It looked good in flight, but no goal, so no change to the scoreline. Oh, Kelly over the top.
I missed that one.
Why wasn't he called out there? Dowling, and Geyer goes high.
Hello, it's on. Lewis comes in very quickly.
And I don't blame him.
Yeah, Roberts is in there trying to separate them. Now, he let it go. If he'd have pulled up the first tackle by Kelly and not let the second one erupt, this guy thought he's had an open house. Geyer, he thought he could look at that one. You can't get any higher than that. He certainly should get a stint in the sin bin.
Well, what about Kelly's the one before?
There's Roberts coming in quickly, and look at Lewis coming from the other side just as quickly. That's right.
He's got Kelly as well. He's also got Geyer.
Well, he should have pulled it up then, Dave. When Kelly swung it, that's what allows things to erupt. The players think they've got a licence.
Well, that's the third occasion when Geyer has gone high so far in the match. So it's Alexander to feed the scrum inside the Broncos quarter. Over to Izzard. Izzard to Mortimer. Mortimer gets his pass over there this time to Bradley. Bradley's going to be wrapped up. Geez, a tall fella for a centre, isn't he?
And strong too. They found it difficult to get him down.
Now penalty coming up, not letting him play the ball. Roberts coming in to award another penalty now. Righto, let's see what Baker can do with it now. Should be able to put this one over. There's a kick, no doubt about it. The Broncos are leading Penrith by 4 points to 2. That's Langer, round the open side, still going. Got out of Vandervoort's tackle. He's up over the quarter line. He's looking for support. He sends a big long one to Kilroy. Kilroy up over the halfway. Tackle by Green. Back to Johns. Can he get it? He's got Miles outside. He goes himself and tackled and forced into touch on the far side of the ground.
Well, Chris Johns thought he had to measure a bad Izzard, but Izzard came from that scrum to get him on the other end of the field. Chris Johns had Miles outside. Lewis not happy. He had a shot at Chris Johns there. Chris Johns thought he was in. What a pass that one from Langer out to Kilroy. Had to come back on the inside to get it. Then fires it back then to Chris Johns coming back the other way. Have a look at him. Miles, all he had to do was straighten a little, hold his Izzard out. Try was on. Miles would have been in the corner. They do need to take a couple of chances and get the ball out wide. See if they can do a bit of running downfield instead of being forced to kick it down there.
There's Madison, 25 minutes of play gone first half. Here's Langer in open space. Oh, beautifully well put in the fullback. Alan Langer being chased by Geyer. He won't get him. That is a great Broncos try right under the posts.
Well, I take it all back. We might as well take it on up the middle. What a step that one from Alan Langer. Started from Madison. Madison set up Langer. David Green, the fullback, did not know which way he went. He may as well had his eyes closed because he never saw him as he went past him. He turned him inside out and back to front. Alan Langer put the pace on. Big Mark Geyer coming down on him, but why wouldn't he put a bit extra? Look at that for a step. Absolutely turned David Green inside out. And look at Mark Guy. I reckon I'd be going pretty quick if that big fella was coming down on top of me. Langer looks over his shoulder, looks up and over his shoulder and brings it around to put it under the sticks for his second good break of the game. That run resulting in a try. Look at the pass from Madison. Up to this. Now we'll see this good step. Bang. Wow, that's going a long way. That's almost a Graham Langland's movement, that one. And on he goes. Look at this. Looks back and up to spot Geyer and then goes on with it to put it down under the sticks.
Well, let's give full marks to where the try was originally conceived. This was the man that set it up, Madison. He stood in the tackle and loaded a beautiful pass. This is what the fullback David Green would have seen if he saw anything at all.
He's had a spin out, did a 360.
So that is a tremendous try by Alan Langer as Madison comes in and raises the flags. So it's a 10 points to 2 lead here at Lang Park, and the Broncos enjoying that advantage. A tremendous try to Alan Langer. Hancock. Out now for Madison, the long pass. Here's Miles, room on the outside. Pass back in for Johns. Misses Cartwright's tackle. Niebling popped it up. Keith G a try. That is a fabulous try to the Broncos.
A super duper try, that one. They didn't need the goal of Wally Lewis to go on with it. They did it well. Every player went as far as he could, then popped the ball up from almost an impossible situation. We saw Miles, we saw Johns, we saw Niebling. Oh, look at this. Miles almost down and out. Have a look at Johns. Almost loses his head. Then goes as far as he can. Looks for support. Finds the backup at Niebling. Niebling once again on his way down. Fires it up. Good backup play from G. Look at him strain and stretch. Gets the ball down. Fine try. Have a look at it from the head on. Gene Miles tries to get around Bradley, hooks the one-handed pass back on the inside. Johns recovers from the high tackle to fire the ball back inside to Niebling. He satisfied for the try line, popped it up at the last minute, and there's Keith G to put it down. Good finish.
There's the kick. The flags go up. And so the scoreline at Lang Park, the Broncos leading by 16 points to 2. Final tackle. This is where Alexander's dangerous. There's the dummy from Goodwin. Goodwin. Matt Goodwin scores. Dreadful defence by the Broncos, and they've paid the penalty.
Well, they've had a sluggish start to this second half, as we mentioned, and Matt Goodwin, very, very easy for him just to get up. Everyone watching for the pass. Goodwin there, out of dummy half, couldn't be held by Joe Kilroy, the Finn, and then too late on the scene will be Wally Lewis. He can't hold him out, tries to drag him back, but Goodwin there, too much of an advantage and gets across the try. There's the dummy, very, very slack defence there from the Broncos around the ruck. A very easy try and just what Penrith needed to get back in the match. Here it is, once again, Goodwin surging up the middle. Lewis too late on the scene.
He moves in, he's stabbed at it, and he's pushed it wide. Not a good-looking kick from Neil Baker. He's a better kicker than that.
And they'll be brought to the ground about 25 metres out from the Panthers line. This is that big guy of the second row. He's made some ground and been a very difficult man to put down.
Unable to put him to the deck there either, and the quick play the ball makes a big difference.
Simmons getting it outside this time, coming through, unloading it nicely. This is Izzard. Izzard up over halfway, coming up to Colin. Scotty got away from Scotty, setting sail for the line. He'll score. Brad Izzard it over for Penrith's second try, and they get right back into it now. The Broncos leading by 16 points to 10.
Penrith City Panthers, and they're certainly showing that they've got some teeth, because they've hit back strongly in this second half. Once again, the back row is Cartwright, off to Izzard. Izzard showed plenty of pace. Lewis couldn't go with him, stayed off him actually. Colin Scott couldn't make the tackle, the strength of Izzard's legs. He looked around then, Kilroy staying with his winger. No one was then to left to tackle Izzard, and he powers on. Good pass, this one up to Izzard. Keeps the power on. This guy's going to play a vital role in the match, and this is the power of him. Looks for support, and no one needed, no one there. Gets across, well done. 2 tries last week against West, so he's carrying on his good form. There he is, charging up the middle. Colin Scott had missed him. Everyone, here's Scotty missing the tackle. Joe Kilroy then should have come in on him, left the wing. Elected to stay out, but then Izzard too much room then. Goes across for the Panthers' second try in a matter of 8 minutes.
And Neil Baker now attempting to convert the try. Wally Lewis has his team in a huddle in the in-goal area. Greg Dowling has a bit to say. They're all trying to stir this team up. They've been fairly lethargic in the start of the second half. Baker now, will he get the 2-pointer this time? It looks to be okay. Yes, it is. That one's there. 16 points to 12. That's the scoreline here at Lang Park at the moment.
So the 5th tackle, Brisbane on the rack. 16-12 the scoreline. There goes Alexander. But Greg Dowling's tackle's there.
Got it.
Is there a try? It appears a try has been scored, and I think...
Could be Izzard again, I think, Dave.
I think it may well be.
Or was it?
Or was it Johnny Cartwright?
Second row of Cartwright.
There was a sea of bodies over there. Cartwright comes up with the try to level the scores. Alexander had a big role in it. He's so dangerous from that situation.
Looked like Dowling had him under control there, but he's popped the ball out to Cartwright. Cartwright had no room to move, but just snuck over in the corner. He's tied up the game, ball game. Here's Alexander. Dowling had a good hold, and this was the 5th tackle. The ball had been knocked down by the look of that. Picked up by Cartwright, gets the ball just over the try line.
I'd love to have a look at it from this angle.
This is the one that'll tell. Dowling had made a good wrap-up tackle. Alexander realising he must get it away. Pops it out the back door. Cartwright there to pick it up.
Fair try.
And Hancock couldn't stop him from getting it down in the corner. 16-all with the kick to come.
We'll move in to attempt the conversion. It's going to be short. It's there. So for the first time in the match, the Panthers are in the lead by 18 points to 16.
He'll get up to play it. Back over to Langer. Langer gets it away this time to be lost in the tackle. Coming about over there by Hone as he lost it. They still keep going. This is Colin Scott. Scott outside to Kilroy. Kilroy's in the corner. Try for the Broncos and they're back to the lead.
Fantastic try from the Broncos, showing great character. Length of the field stuff. Went down the far side of the field. Brought it across. That was the 5th tackle. Little Alan Langer looked like he was going to be caught. Popped it out the back. Colin Scott, who made an error there before. There it is now. It was Mark Hone popped it out the back. Look at Alan Langer. Creates something here. Goes all the way. Fires it out the back. Colin Scott had made the error earlier. Beautiful drawing of the fullback there to give Joey Kilroy a run to the line. Puts it down. The Broncos in front by 2.
Well, full marks here to Colin Scott, the veteran. He chimed into the back line beautifully. Watch the timing of this final pass. That is a tremendous pass and good finishing by Joe Kilroy.
You can see how he times it and just holds it until Baker had to come in. There's Hone. It was the 6th tackle. He had to pop it out the back. Langer, watch his little style here as he holds off the defender. Nice little technique there. Colin Scott, watch him. He just keeps going. Sucks in the number 2 Baker, who is playing fullback. Joe Kilroy finishes it off.
Madison's kick's on its way. It's got the direction. Has it got the distance? No, it hasn't. Waved away. So it's Broncos leading 20 points to 18. Penrith about to play it. 20 seconds remaining. Back over to Geyer. Geyer props, tackle, sends a pass back to no one. Rolling on the ground, scooped up. Clements back over to Bentley. Bentley up the centre, but Keechi bounces out of that tackle. Langer's stolen it, and that's all over now. Langer's stolen the ball with 5 seconds remaining.
Tit for tat.
There it is, full-time score, and the Broncos have held out. They've defeated Penrith by 20 points to 18. Well, Penrith, full marks to them. They came back in the second half after being down 16-2 at the half-time break.
Certainly did. They tested the Broncos. They came back with 3 tries in the second half to hit the front at one stage by 18-16. A very powerful performing effort by the Penrith forward pack in particular. But once again, we've seen the Broncos come back. It was a test for them to see if they can handle the extra pressure of a comeback win. Once again, they've shown that they can handle it.